Hi everyone, it's Lisa here for Honeybee Stamps. In today's video, I'm sharing a clean and simple encouragement card using the Spring Chick stamps and coordinating dies, along with a few other products you're going to be able to find listed below. Now here's a quick look at that Spring Chick stamps and coordinating dies, along with the Excellent Sentiments, Deckled Edge dies, and the Farm Fence dies. So to get started, I've stamped this adorable rooster from the Spring Chick stamp set onto Bristol Smooth paper using Versafine Onyx Black ink. And I'm going to speed up through this coloring part because I feel like you can achieve this look with so many coloring mediums. But I am going to talk you through some of this. Now I'm adding a little bit of color to the rooster using my INKtense pencils and Arteza pens. Now I really don't use my INKtense pencils nearly enough, so I thought why not pull them out and use them. And I color the body of this little guy, starting with a very light layer of color from the tan INKtense pencil. And then I'm going to follow that with the Pale Peach Arteza pen. And of course, I'm going to come in with a water brush to fade those colors out to the center of this image. Now for the tail feathers, I'm going to start with the Mallard Green INKtense pencil and water brush, pulling the color out from each end of the feather and towards the center. And shortly, I'm going to come back in and darken this up some with Elephant Gray and Teal Arteza pens. And that's all I'm doing is going through my Arteza pens, finding colors that I think will work well with the pencils. Now I'm going to end up using Mallard Green, apple green, and golden yellow pencils on the tail feathers, and then come back in with honey to darken up the yellow feather, olive green to darken up that green feather. And then for the red areas, I just used the chili red INKtense pencils and red Arteza pens. And then for the his little beak, I came in with the orange Arteza pen and colored that up. So here's this cutie colored up, and I'm going to use the coordinating die to run him through the die cutting machine. Now, when I stamped the images, I went ahead and stamped the sentiment so I would have that ready, and I'm running it through the die cutting machine with the coordinating die. Now, it's just stamped on 80-pound white cardstock using my Versafine Onyx Black ink. I'm going to use that coordinating die and run that through. Now, while I was over there die cutting, I went ahead and cut extras. And this just allows me to stack these together to create dimension for the card. I'm using on point glue to stack these together, and then I'm going to set them aside with a block on them and allow them some dry time. Now, I went ahead after they dried and I pulled all the pieces together so we can assemble the card. I decided to run a piece of white cardstock through the die cutting machine using the largest deckled edge honeycut die, and then I placed the panel in a hexagon embossing folder and then ran that back through my machine. I really wanted to add a little bit more interest to the background, so that hexagon embossing folder did the trick for me. Now, I really wanted to also add something with a chicken wire to the card, but currently I don't have a stamp that's chicken wire. So I just went ahead and found an image, printed it out on vellum, and then ran that through the die cutting machine with one of the hexagon honeycut dies. And now I'm just going to add a piece of mounting foam to the back of that deckled edge die to place on a 4¼ by 5½ inch card base. I just added a few tick marks, cut that piece of mounting foam with my scissors, and then placed it to the back of the panel. Now, I want to take a second here to talk about this little farm fence die. This thing is so cute. And you get two dies, one that cuts the whole fence out, and then the other cuts the pickets with the details. So I just ran that through the die cut machine with tan cardstock, and I used my own point glue to add those detailed pickets to the whole fence. We're going to just let that dry. So to wrap up the video, we're going to go ahead and start putting all of this together. Now, I'm using a specialty adhesive for vellum on the back of that piece of vellum. Now, if you don't have that, you can use plain adhesive or glue, whatever you want. And if you're worried about it showing through the vellum, then only put the adhesive where it's going to be hid behind this cute little rooster, and then you won't have to worry about it. So some strong double-sided adhesive on the back of him. It's actually Scor-Tape. And then went ahead and put him to the left side of that hexagon that was die cut out, adding some mounting adhesive strips to the back of the fence, and I'm going to go ahead and place that on the card. So once we have that, I'm going to add a little bit of on-point glue to the back of my sentiment and then run that right across the front of that picket fence. So simple, but the message, feeling a little cooped up, I just thought was perfect for all that we're going through right now with everybody having to stay home and really not going anywhere. So I thought this would be cute to send to somebody. All right, I'm going to finish this off with a few white enamel dots from the Back to Basics enamel dot pack from Honeybee Stamps. I love white enamel dots on white cardstock. They're there, they catch light. When they catch that light, they draw your eye in, but it doesn't take away from your card design. So I'm in love with white enamel dots. So here we go. We're all done. I really appreciate you joining me today. I hope you'll click the subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified of new content to the channel. For more information on the products used, head over to the Honeybee Stamps website, and I hope you have an amazing day.